Okay guys, welcome to the A-Kon 22 road trip with a visit to Gearbox Community Day. For anyone that isn't aware, A-Kon is an annual anime and multi-focus convention held at the Sheraton Hotel in sunny downtown Dallas, Texas. As with most of my convention trips, this story begins on pre-registration day. As a general rule, prepaid registration online will save you money, ensure a goodie bag with swag, and help to speed up your wait in the registration line. However, with a convention as large as A-Kon, you should expect a lengthy wait in even the fastest lines. The only real alternative is the on-site registration line, but surely it's longer than... Never mind. Outside of registration, very little else takes place on pre-registration day. This gives attendees a chance to mingle with the people they meet online. Unable to afford the Sheraton's lofty 4-star price tag, I spent the evening in my own hotel's atrium. Friday marked the beginning of the convention proper. Bear in mind that A-Kon is the longest running anime convention in the US, and it has continually grown from its original 380 attendees back in 1990. As expected, I entered the convention hall to find that the attendance, estimated at 17,000 people last year, had once again grown. The vendor floor was packed with shoppers. The registration lines had swelled to completely fill the available space. Screening rooms were in full operation, and the artist alley was bustling with fans. To my surprise, the panel floor offered a sort of respite from the rumblings below. Again this year, I found myself focused more on webcomic panels than any other. This of course makes sense as webcomics are the most relevant to BWL's materials. The manga library, cosplay facilities, and some of the video rooms were again hosted in the Sheraton itself. Meanwhile, gaming rooms were again available in the Plaza of the Americas and the Marriott's convention area. However, LAN facilities were not available this year. Sans any PC gaming, I had little reason to visit the console, card, board, LARP, and BattlePod rooms. For the first time, I attended the welcoming ceremonies this year. Predominantly, this proved to be an award ceremony for volunteer staff. Easily the best portions of the presentation were the Rules video by Brentalfloss and the Shower For Me music video by Savage Gypsy, both of which can be found on YouTube, naturally. Whether cosplaying otaku or a casual fan of webcomics, this convention has a lot to offer. By the end of the night, as I began to tire, I was happy to find a familiar and very cold QuakeCon favorite at the Kabuki Slam Cafe. Perhaps the best highlight of my evening was the roast of a classic bad movie, Van Damme's Street Fighter. And in spite of several sound glitches, the evening was great. We even witnessed one of the best freeze-frame moments in history. I faced a difficult choice on Saturday. I wanted to see several more panels and enjoy more of the convention. Yet a new opportunity presented itself. The first ever Gearbox Community Day event was simply too great a temptation. Hosted at the Palladium Ballroom, a short distance from the Sheraton, this was a chance to see the new game demonstrations and attend panels dedicated to games like Duke Nukem Forever, Brothers in Arms Furious 4, and Aliens Colonial Marines. Gearbox Community Day turned out to be a miniature convention of its own with nearly constant panels in Moxie's Underdome. The Vault played host to various concept art displays, playable copies of many Gearbox titles, game memorabilia from their most famous titles, a selection of game awards, and an autograph session. And then there was Duke Nukem's throne room. It was there that NVIDIA presented its Project Hail to the King rig. Live concept art demonstrations and Duke's throne were also available. And let us not forget the playable copies of Duke Nukem Forever's single and multiplayer aspects with NVIDIA's 3D technology. Probably the highlight of the day was the official unboxing of the long-awaited Duke Nukem Forever. Now, I must apologize to the cosplay element of A-Kon. Once again this year, I did not attend the cosplay presentation. Scheduled for Saturday evening, it came into conflict with a once-in-a-lifetime activity that I had been waiting for since 1997. You see, I instead attended Duke Nukem's happy ending, the launch party for Duke Nukem Forever. Musical guests included Say Hello to the Angels, the band that played Duke Nukem Forever's variant of Grab Bag, the Duke Nukem theme. There were also performances by the Girls of Coyote Ugly to help smooth out the musical acts and keep the stage presence in check. The Crystal Method gave the crowd a thunderous dance mix. And let's not forget the headline act, DJ Jazzy Jeff. And who can forget Randy Pitchford beatboxing as part of a duo called the White Boys. Enough of that, we need more DJ Jazzy Jeff. I'm not sure how long the party officially lasted, or what after-party activities may have occurred. I left at 2 a.m., and exhausted, returned to my hotel. Returning to A-Kon on Sunday, the weekend's tolls had started to show. Fatigued guests began congregating in small groups on the floor in greater numbers. The convention was drawing to a close. Even so, Sunday has become a much busier day of activities, some last-minute chances to try something new. A day to find a good deal if you were willing to fight the crowd and stand in the vendor room lines. A last chance to take in a few more panels. A last chance to get an autograph or buy some art from your favorite artists. A last chance to mingle with your convention friends or make new ones. As the Kabuki Slam stock began to dwindle, one final massive line formed on the panel floor. Perhaps the biggest event on Sunday, the voice actor Cold Read proved an excellent conclusion to my trip. It seems to almost mimic the convention's attitude in its very nature, lively and fun. I can't help but notice that there seems to be more available on Sunday each year. Over 18,000 people were present at A-Kon this year. One can't help but wonder, with the growing population and new media available, could A-Kon someday spill into a fourth day of activities, much like QuakeCon? I suppose only time and organizers can really tell, but I certainly had fun and expect a bigger convention next year. Preparations are already underway, and I personally can't wait.
Ladies